Yeah, the title holders of the right to self-determination. The international legal instrument on self-determination refers to the right of self-determination as belonging to all people, all peoples. Some participants to the conference argue that the determining who are the title holders to the right of self-determination, the plain meaning of the language should be taken as the starting point. It is well-established maxim of international law contained in the Geneva Convention on the law of the treaties and affirmed by the International Court of Justice that terms in the international legal instrument ordinarily are to be interpreted according to their plain meaning. 13. I don't know what the 13 is, but they're basically telling that, keep it real. We are the title holders, we are the principal, and they're concealing it, basically. And if we had to go into international court, they would agree with our evidence. But it seems as though our national United States, foreign United States, wants to keep it down because they want to own, they love Hawaii. It's a pearl of the America, but they don't own it. If they keep going as they're doing, their soul is going to be destroyed because the truth is they don't own it. We're the title holders.
I think I know what you mean by that. America's under this glitzy, glamorous, false impression that Hawaii, a paradise, is now a part of the United States, and it's not. And I think that's part of knowing what's in your heart and having the ability to forgive yourself as well as forgive others.
Amen.
I mean, first of all, the United States misconceptions are huge. It's inherent and prevalent, and it's initiated usually, in most cases, by their own government. And we're so fortunate to be here, not tied into, not obligated, and not a part of the United States corrupt administration. They are doing good things out there.
Yeah.
They may be providing international aid. However, when it comes to the archipelago of Kohawaii-Pai'aina, what has been called in modern times Hawaii, and that's in the partition of it, is that, there is an independent nation here. There has been a government in exile for many years, and that's something that we together must address and we must become aware of, and in fact, come out and support, because it is our remedy to prevent human rights violations. Some of you out there aren't even aware that your rights are being violated and that you're being poisoned, literally poisoned here in Hawaii every single day of your life. And if you can look at your baby, new mothers out there, you look at your brand new fresh babies and you look at them and you try to reconcile it within yourself, whether you're being a good mother or not, when you're allowing poisons into your child's system. You wouldn't hurt a baby. You wouldn't hurt your baby. You wouldn't, some people wouldn't hurt a puppy. Some people wouldn't hurt a fly or hurt a plant even. We all have to come to terms with this iko iho within ourselves. And when we are presented with the truthful facts, I'm taking that from Obama's, his little legislative talk, the truthful facts are known by themselves, yeah? And when we can prevent the violations and abuses that you're dealing with and bringing up to the nation, particularly in Kohawaii-Pai'aina, we're looking at a primary victim group and a secondary victim group. And do call into the Human Rights Task Force. We only have about a minute left here. But what I'd like to do is...
Tell a tourist.
tell the tourists, tell our visitors there. I want you to look up this story. It's Naboth's Vineyard. Our late constitutional queen, Liliuokalani, used this example of this story, which I believe comes out of Kings first.
Yeah, First Kings,
First Kings.
verse 20, verse 21.
Verse 21, okay? But there's also an interesting trial that took place around the principle of this story. And the trial, I'm not going to give it all away to you, but it's in Favorite Trial Stories by A.K. Adams. And what happens is this trial takes place where the people of the town stand up against the judge who had deviously prepared a deed to one of the landholders' estates. And the judge actually gets into a lot of trouble because of what he did, and he tried to take the estate, just like in the story of Naboth's vineyard from the gentleman in the town. The townspeople rose up and they said, "We are the law."
Yeah.
Okay,
People
so
must rise up.
remember that. Any last words? We're going out. Wonderful. We're going to re-air again. So
Aloha.
mahalo-
Have a
mahalo
nice
to
time.
you.
Peace and joy to all of you. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Happy
Ahoy
New
maka.
Year.
I'll do that one, yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Mwah. Mahalo.
And to all
Aloha. And to all a good night.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was a good show. Thank you.
I don't know.